Falcon Nation, Falcon fans, Dirty Fanatics United is coming back at you live. Draft night, round 2, round 3 here at Dirty Fanatics United starting here shortly. It's your boy Chase and Phillip. Let's get it.
Good.
Falcon fans, welcome back to Dirty Fanatics United, coming at you live for Draft Night Round 2. It's your boy Chase and Phillip with Dirty Fanatics United, episode 59. Phillip, what's going on, brother? Been not very long since we last been on the podcast. Last night, round 1, Michael Penix Jr. is your selection at number 8. Phillip, what's going on, man? How are you feeling?
It is what it is. It's an exciting little draft. You know, it's not apparently what everybody's expected, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to get too harsh in my feelings like I'm seeing all over social media. So I'm going to support him.
Falcon fans not too excited about some of the signings we've had here. Obviously, that happens every year. People want certain players, and then they get kind of in their feelings when that person's not selected. It happens. Falcon fans want to see their guy drafted, but hey, we have to trust Terry. We have to trust Raheem. We have to follow the process, trust the process, see what happens here as the rest of this draft unfolds. Still some big names left here on the board, Phillip. A lot could happen here tonight. We could see, I've heard Terry is being very aggressive about getting back into round 2. Obviously, we did trade up to make a selection here not too long ago in the second round. Phillip, your thoughts on the new signing here at the defensive tackle?
Oh no, you know, it's not like the obvious the main pick I would have chose. It's not a bad pick. I can't even say his name. I'm gonna just call him Rook. He's pretty solid defensive tackle. You know, I've seen some couple stats on him for like at his position. He is ranked higher, one of the higher ranked defensive tackles. Although some people think we could have got him later on in the draft. That's your own opinion. It is what it is. I'm here for it. I'm gonna ride with it. You know, it is what it is.
Phillip, this guy, defensive tackle Rook Arahuroha, that's who I'm gonna call him, is a very big defensive tackle. He obviously was number 35 overall selection in the draft. He's 6'4", 294 pounds. Played at the same school Grady Jarrett played at, Clemson, Georgia. 2023 stats: 12 appearances, 12 starts, 22 tackles, 8 for loss, 5 sacks, 1 pass breakup. This is a defensive tackle we're talking about, Phillip. Came from the school of Clemson. He's going to learn from no other than the great Grady Jarrett and our guy Anamata right there in the middle. So a guy that can hopefully bring some impact here for the Dirty Birds. Phillip, a guy that was actually on the Carolina Panthers board. Their board was actually elite, and their top D lineman was Rook Arua is who the Carolina Panthers board. Rook is on the loose again. That's what we're going to be saying when he's on that ass when it comes game day. Phillip, chat, get at it. Let me know what you think about these drafts. If you had to grade the Atlanta Falcons right now, is it an A+, B-, C-, C+, D-, D+? Holla at your boys. Let me know here in the comment section. Grade us. Let us know what's going on. Nick in the chat. Scooby-Doo boys. Phillip, hit it. Hit it, Phillip. Shout out to Draft Night, man. Shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to Raheem Morris. And most definitely, shout out to that boy, Michael Penix Jr., the future of Atlanta. Falcon fans, how are we feeling about the pick? Michael Penix Jr., give me a grade at least for that. Don't be shy in the comment section, man. We got 5 live viewers. Let me know something. We're talking Falcon football. StreamYard has really hurt us with the Facebook streaming, Phillip. With the Facebook streaming, it's really hurt us. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We no longer stream on Facebook. I don't know. Some of our Facebook groups, it won't let us share Facebook groups, but it'll let me share a Facebook page and I can link it through something else, but I won't be able to read anybody's comments. Like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. Christy Lewis in the chat said, Rook is a good pick.
I feel you.
He is a very good pick. He is
I
a
like
very
it.
good pick.
I'm here for it.
I'm ready for the next pick, man. I'm ready for the next pick. I'm ready to see what's going to happen. There's so many routes we can go. Philip, what are you thinking when it comes to this next pick? What direction are we flowing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, but has AD Mitchell come off the board yet?
No, I don't believe he has. Let's search.
My question. I'm not gonna say that's who we're
AD
getting.
Mitchell is number 31 on top 300, still on the board. AD Mitchell is still there.
My question is, I'm not saying that's who we're going to get. I'm not saying that because you.
Why not? Why not? If he's there,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
the
Why
guy
not?
you take. Philip, when we
My
traded
question
up,
my question is why though? Why is he still there?
that is a very good question. Lad
I don't
McConkey,
know.
a guy that I thought would go after AD Mitchell, just because Mitchell has the size, he's more of the receiver
Shout out
one,
Lad,
in my
man.
opinion. Shout out Lad McConkey. Chargers, man. Chargers balling in this draft with the Joe Alt and the Lad
Got him up.
McConkey.
Got a good young quarterback with him. Got a great new head coach. Watch out for Lad and the Chargers. But when it comes to us, maybe you know who we rocking with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Caleb in the chat said AD has not been taken.
It's crazy to me.
Very surprising. Very surprising. Cornerbacks coming off the board early here in the second round. A lot of people looking at the cornerback spot when it comes. I thought maybe the Falcons would look at something like that, but they didn't.
Maybe.
So let's see what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to share the link out to other viewers on Facebook. Philip, you did say receiver, but if we looked at something other than receiver, obviously the Falcons have went different directions than what we predicted today. Your thoughts? Where could we go here other than receiver?
I could see maybe a corner, possibly, or possibly even a safety. Who knows? Ain't no telling.
Corner would be nice.
From everybody's point of view, it's off the wall crap. So I don't really get everybody's point of view thinking, but it's your opinion. You're entitled to it, so it is what it is.
So, Phil, if I'm looking at the board right now, I'm looking at top 300. There's still a cornerback out there. R. Green from FSU. C. Carson from Wake, coming in at 81 on the top 300. Still a lot of tight ends cornerbacks when it comes to this scenario. Your first running back just came off the board to the Carolina Panthers from Texas. I thought Blake Corum, Philip, would be the first running back off the board, and he's still on the board with Michigan. Blake Corum, remember him?
Yeah, no.
Over here.
And then shout out to the Panthers. I don't know what you guys have got going on. Some would say that same for us, but I don't know what y'all got going on trading up. When y'all have so many needs, but it is what it is.
Man, shout out to the Carolina Panthers for choking like they always do. Bunch of chokers. They got a Facebook group called I-85 or something like that. It's a Falcon versus Carolina Panther group. And man, if they ain't talking shit, like they didn't trade away the whole wagon for Bryce Young.
I'm sorry, brothers. You pretty much got rid of Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the league, for who?
Javon Bullard.
Yes.
Javon Bullard, if he's still on the board, that is
Javon
definitely a guy to
Bullard.
look at. Javon Bullard for sure.
That's what I
Lewis
was thinking.
in the chat said last night, good considering the middle management changing dynamics for win now. They're thinking ahead, straight, unpredictable. I like that. We will see recruitment into the season based on Terry. Maybe Luke McCaffrey. Philip, does Luke McCaffrey make it in the second or third round tonight? That's a big name. We talked about him.
Wide receiver.
Very speedster guy. Could be a nice slot if you take Darnell Mooney, make him receiver too. And then throw Luke McCaffrey in the slot.
I can see Luke McCaffrey, but if AD Mitchell is there, that is my that's my choice personally, but I will take a Luke McCaffrey. Look, man, I'm not going to get deep into my feelings if we don't get the guy on. Of course, I may be a tad disappointed, but it is what it is. I'm not going to bash this guy, try to ruin his, his esteem here and, his little, what they got going on. I'm hoping for their success. So I'm going to be down for whatever.
100%, man. I'm sitting here Googling some articles to talk about here on the channel. Let's talk about the CBS Sports article here with the Kirk Cousins and the Michael Penix Jr. A lot of ruffleness going around with that, Philip. Obviously, you've heard about it. I've heard about it. People that aren't Falcon fans seem to love to talk about the Falcons. It says 2024 NFL Draft, Kirk Cousins has no idea we're going to take Michael Penix Jr. in the first round. It says Cousins' agent confirmed their camp had no idea this was coming. Right here is just it's just a shock to Kirk Cousins that was going to happen during broadcasting. Darren DeMaio that Cousins and his camp had no idea. Made it clear that word that Penix pick came as a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is, the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up. Kirk got a call from the Falcons when they were on the clock. That was the first we heard. It never came up in any conversation. Philip, your thoughts about that? That's from Kirk Cousins' agent. Chat, let me know what you think about it. Philip, is Kirk Cousins a little upset about this move?
To be honest with you, I think media took what his manager said and twisted it up a little bit. Of course, everybody was shocked. Me and you both were. I think everybody was. It is what it is. I think they're like the comment earlier. They're thinking ahead. They didn't do it just try to put him on his toes or anything or try to replace him already. Like I said, Kirk is basically, if you listen to it, Kirk is basically your number one. I don't think too much into it. And I don't think Kirk, he was there at the stadium last night. He was on stage. I don't really see much of. I even seen somewhere where it said that he was excited to get to work with Michael Penix. He's excited. I
also seen Philip where Michael Penix said that Kirk reached out. Called him, talked to him, and had a decent conversation with him. He said that he would keep that private between him and Kirk. As respectable, as Michael Penix Jr. is. Very Christian-like guy, too, Philip. Didn't know much about his, religious views before we drafted him. But now just listening to him talk, how humble of a guy he is, I think that really speaks a lot of character of why they select the guys they select in the first round. You look at Drake London, Bijan, Kyle Pitts, all guys of high stature. So obviously Michael Penix Jr. should be another one that's going to be a guy that's going to be high on, Atlanta itself, the city, the fan base, and hopefully bringing wins here to the A. So I definitely hope the best for Michael Penix Jr., man. Love to see what the kid's going to bring here to the game. Philip, a guy that I was huge on before the championship game, I will admit. I did down Michael Penix Jr. after the championship game. But then, like Philip brought up the other night or somebody brought up, you got to look at A.J. Terrell. Terrell got torched by Jamar Chase in the championship game. And then you look at, what he did the rest of the years. And then you look at what he's done in the NFL. Michael Penix Jr. is going to be a star when his time comes to hit the field. Philip, sitting behind a Kirk Cousins, learning the ropes. Definitely. They talked a little bit about the scheme, the offensive scheme with Zach, Robinson. Had Michael Penix Jr. looked up any playbook info of what they did back in LA, and he said, most definitely fit in that scheme. I'll fit right in. That's what I run. Philip, your thoughts about that from Michael Penix Jr. being a rookie? Hasn't even hit the field yet, but it feels confident that he fit right in that scheme.
I am not gonna lie to you. I like Dez. I like what he brought to Atlanta, like the type of energy to try to be the leader, but something from Michael Penix just feels like it's a different aura feeling. It to me, it finally feels like, hey, this is the guy. Right. This is the future. And I truly mean that. Like I thought I wanted to give him the benefit about like the doubt, but I didn't never have that feeling like I do with Michael Penix. Like I can look at him and feel kind of feel comfortable.
Well, it's because Philip, it's the fact that you took him at number 8 in the first round. That's why this is a guy, because you're not taking this guy that early if he isn't the guy. Obviously, I've done a lot of homework on Michael Penix Jr.
MPJ.
like I said, I don't know when the chance will come that he'll be on the field, which kind of blows. Not
Big
seeing.
Penix.
Because, dude, I'm excited. I'm ready to watch the guy ball. I'm ready to see him get out on the field. Millie Mills with the DFU. What's up, Millie? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like. Please share the podcast out to another Falcon fan. StreamYard has hurt us badly with the Facebook views. No longer getting Facebook views due to StreamYard issues. So please share the podcast to a Falcon fan that you know and tell them to hit that subscribe button, man. Rise up. Brandon Keeler in the chat, special guest from last night, said, fellas, hope y'all are well. Brandon, invite is open for later tonight if you want to hop on and we make this next select. I'll send you the link, and you can hop on in, man, and let me know about your views of this pick. Brandon Keeler said, Adon Mitchell to the Colts, Chase. Sheesh, that had to just
Damn, it sure is.
The clock right now. Adon Mitchell is gone. Damn.
Look. Damn. Go do big things, brother. It was a dog. That's for sure.
Phil, it just seems like, man, and I don't want to get on my wagon here, but it just seems like the past 3 years, the top receivers, other than the Drake London pick, but the receivers that I want, we don't even look at in the draft.
I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. You was there that same night. I was recorded. I didn't even want Drake London. But now I am. That is my favorite player on the team as we speak. That's my guy. I gave him the nickname Gear 5. That's just. But you remember, I was upset because we didn't get. I don't even remember who the player was now.
Defensive player. You got his autograph, I believe. No,
it wasn't him. But
it was. Fuck, was that guy's name? Kayvon Thibodeau, wasn't it? Or was that the Kyle Pitts year?
No, it wasn't him. But shit, I can't think of his name. I think it was Caleb on Chason, and he's over here with the Pansies now. But anyway, that wasn't the guy I wanted. But look, man, I'm a big Drake supporter. You know what I mean? So,
A.D. Mitchell finally off the board, man. A top receiver. I was thinking he was going in the early or late first, early second. Comes off the board here, mid-second round. A.D. Mitchell.
I mean, I saw the red on there. I thought it was about to say a trade. I was about to say, uh-oh.
Man, I wish we get back in this thing and
we got
secure somebody here, man. I really want to lab McConkey, dude. I really want to lab McConkey.
We have 11 picks left if we're going to get back into the second. I've seen things where it said,
and we're pick number 74 or 79, one of those two. Didn't you say we traded one of those away to get back into the second, early second? So it's either 74 or 79 when we pick again.
And we got another
good little while.
We got 2 6-round picks, then if that's the case. 3 actually. Holy.
Yep, so did we, Bo. He was our top 5. He was one of our top 5 players. We wanted Cooper DeJean here in Atlanta. We talked about him a lot last night. To the Eagles, man, to the rival. We'll see him this year. Hopefully we wax that ass. It is what it is.
How about Kool-Aid, bro? He did all that just to get torched
burnt by Drake. Just to get burnt by Drake all year, twice a year.
Or Mooney.
The lad with the fire emoji. Philip, what if we come out and shock the world here with a center Van Pran Grander from UGA?
Center,
brother.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like that's going.
Drew Dahlman with the low snaps. Pretty often, bud.
But let me ask you this though: how often does he really mess up though? He really ain't shown much where he's giving up.
Let's be real now. There was a lot of those snaps.
Let's be real though. Let's look at the numbers.
He hurt Ritter a lot. That took a lot of Ritter's drop back time because he was grabbing balls by his ankle.
But let's look at his numbers though. It was one of the highest centers this past year.
Run grade, PFF grade. Yeah.
No, pass. Go back and look.
I haven't seen mock picks with Atlanta getting Marshawn Lloyd. I have seen. I don't know much about Marshawn, man. I don't know much about these later round picks, but I do know certain players, and we're here to talk it. When we hit the player, we're going to bring the breakdown. We're going to show you highlights of these guys. Actually, we'll head over to YouTube now and try to find some highlights on our boy Rutro, or whatever his name was. Ruku, what it Ruku or something? Yeah, there it is. Ruku Orohoro. Something like that. Pulling them up, pulling them up. Let's see what our new DT looks like on tape. Screen share, screen share. Yes, copyright. Don't give a fuck. Screen share. Here we go. Shout out to Just Bomb Productions. Going to use your highlight here on the podcast. Let's see. Come on with it, man. Here we go. Philip watching the tape. DT in the middle, coming with the pressure. Big body, man. Another Grady Jarrett, dude. Look at the finish. Watch him right here when he blows through the line. Double team, stuffs up the hole, comes off the block. Pop, got him. Wrap him up, take him to the ground. Philip Grady Jarrett, David Onamata with this Rook. I'm murdering this name. Got
Rook,
him.
or Rohu.
Rook.
Or Ro.
Watch him right here with the swipe. Got him.
I can't say that last name, bro. That's gonna be hard.
Or Ohu. I don't know. Big body.
Damn, Washington got another pick. Ben Sinnott went to Washington. Is that the first tight end off the board?
I think it may. No, you had
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, yeah. But other than Brock, I believe it is.
Shout out to Mountain Dew
right here.
We ain't sponsored, but you can sponsor us.
Yes, you can sponsor us. Man, this guy, I think I'm gonna like this route. I think I'm gonna like this route guy, Philip. Ooh, scrapped. He lines up at the nose guard a heavy amount, Philip. This is what I'm looking for, a rotational piece here with Grady, Onamata. This guy's going to be an impact when it comes to rotation. You know how we've been running the Timmy Horns, the street players like that. Well, we no longer have to because we just drafted one. Falcon fans, how we feeling about the route, man? Let me know how we feeling. Roko.
Hey, speaking of right now, this is something he said. He said, "I'm physical, I'm aggressive, I want to run through dark alleys." Sheesh. I'm the guy that's going to run through a wall for you.
Get there, man.
Let's do it, Root.
Let's get it, man.
Raggy.
Cody should be here with us shortly, man. He's been held up at work today. Doing the show for Cody, actually. Want to get live for Cody, give him a chance to speak on last night.
At least he'll be here for this pick. And you might see us. We got 3 6 rounds. You might see us trade one of those for another 3rd round or something. Who knows?
Do we have a 4th round pick?
I believe so.
Yes, we do. 109 and then 143 in the 5th. And then we do have another 6, you said, with that trade. Is that what that was about?
Should be 3, yeah. After that.
Yeah. Nice. Just wish we could have had some earlier first rounds, but it's cool. We try to get back in, man. I feel like rumors were reported. We try to get back in and trade with Latua. Your thoughts about that?
I actually like that, actually. Man, it sucks that it didn't happen. I I guarantee that would have made a lot of fans feel a little more
Better.
better about everything. But I mean, y'all gotta learn to not think about certain things before you just act on it, man. Stop, get out of your feelings, bro. You already know how sometimes they don't get players you want. You ought to know this by now. We're adults, man. Come on.
Yep.
Stop bashing these boys because you don't know them or it's not the guy you wanted. Come on, man. Y'all be respectful to the boys, man. That goes for any of them, man.
Who we got coming off the board here, Philip, to the Browns?
Michael Hall Jr., defensive tackle.
Michael Hall
Ohio
Jr.
State.
Yep. Man, Falcon fans, I have no idea why we selected who we selected in the second round. Don't text me about it. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry. That's all I know what to say. EQRC in the chat said he was coached by the same guy that coached, pretty much saying the same guy that coached Grady. Yep, same team, same position.
I'm cool with it. I like it.
Damn, come on, Terry. Let's see some trade ups, man. Do something crazy here.
Third round or round 3, it's creeping. It's creeping. I see the round 3. Let's talk about Carolina, bro. Last night, I don't get it, man. I get one thing. Okay, so you move up to the last pick of the first round just to get a receiver that you could have got mid second round. Late second round, but why couldn't you just done that where you were at? I get you have your fifth. You can make a deal where it can have a 5th-year option, but. Really, what were you guys thinking, bro? And then you go and get a running back. Like y'all have so many holes that y'all trade up for crazy things.
They're just a little stepbrother, man. They want to be, you know what I'm saying, like the little stepbrother of the family just wants to be part of the family, but everybody kind of writes him off. Nobody loves him but the mom of the family. That's kind of what the Panthers are. They felt left out in the first round, so they had to get in the first round, man. You know, it's story of a team and owners they have in Tepper. You do what you can to get social media. So you can't tell we hate the Panthers here. And if you like the Panthers, you're in the wrong chat. Just saying. Brandon Keeler in chat said the reason Carolina did that because first rounds have the 5th-year option and more money. It ain't worth it. Xavier Leggett, a guy you could got in the second round. So you're going to give him the 5th-year option because he's not going to produce in 4 years.
That just shut me. I'll be honest with you. You're telling me that you're giving him the 5th-year option just because you're scared he probably don't want to play there for after that contract.
And you're taking the cheaper way out, as always. It's a Tepper move. The Dolphins, Philip. Who the Dolphins just grabbed? Much just a little bit behind.
And it's selected now. Tackle Patrick Paul from Houston.
Okay.
6'7". Holy.
John Marino in the.
He is 6'7" and a half.
331. Joel 6'8".
Sheesh, God. That's a big. That ain't even a boy, bro. That's a man.
Chat, how we feeling about the Carolina Panthers running back, Brooks from Texas? How we feeling about that? Decent guy until he tore the ACL. Obviously, it was a clean ACL tear. Everything came back clean, but that's why he dropped to where he was at. Decent running back. Was once Bijan Robinson's partner.
His successor.
Yeah, and Bijan spoke nothing but good things about him. So, Philip, your thoughts about that?
Obviously, I don't think it really changes much for them against us. I mean, it could. Who knows? You know how NFC South rival game goes. Despite how much you hate them, you love them, whatever. I hope you don't love them, but but
I love the game. It's always a good game. The game is always
for sure. Just of course, it's probably nice for Bijan. Somebody, he played with, now he didn't play against him, compete against him twice a year, so that's probably going to put maybe a chip on his shoulder just to make him want to play better, just a good friendly rivalry there, and team rivalry, you know what I mean? Like one of my most hated teams obviously, y'all know. That's why I make all these memes about the Panthers. I can't stand them. You obviously, you got the Saints at the very, very top. But and then it's just so much easier to pick on the Panthers. You know what I mean? Like Chuck said, it's more like the little stepbrother. You get easily pick on them so much, and they get offended the most. That's how.
Yeah.
They get offended the most. So I mean, it's easy.
Yeah.
With the Saints, you're gonna have a little argument here and there. It's gonna be an argument that just continues and continues all day long. It's just till you blue in the face. It's just keep going.
And the Saints are gonna get personal with it. They're gonna start picking on your ears, your nose, all your mom's mom. But they don't.
Because they can't take it either.
No, they can't take it.
But yeah.
I'm trying to bear with me here for a minute, Philip. I'm trying to actually upload that meme that you sent me today. If I can get it to upload here, it may not let me, but I think it'd be cool to show. Let's see, StreamYard. Boom.
Got a battle of catch up.
Philip, Dallas Cowboys on the clock. I got 3 minutes on my screen. What are they doing here?
2 minutes and 20 seconds on mine. Their pick is not even in yet. Leave it to the Cowboys. Every team has already had that pick in. Leave it up to the Dallas Cowgirls.
They'll probably trade here. What you think?
They might be. It doesn't look like anybody's on the phone, and it's 2 minutes left. Or they could be on a speaker. That could be, who knows, today's time. Not everybody has a war room that looks like a courtroom, so.
Let's see. Upload video.
Shout out to all the fans, though, man. Y'all, they packed it out at this draft, man.
They did. It is really packed at this draft.
It's blocks and blocks. It's crazy.
Oh man, this thing's tripping on me. Let's see.
Some fans right there, man. Them Dallas Cowboy fans dancing just to lose in the playoffs again, man.
Man, this thing is not gonna let me do it, Philip. That's crazy.
That's a shame because that was pretty funny.
It'll be uploaded, man. If you haven't joined Dirty Fanatics United on TikTok, please do so. At Dirty Fanatics United, we do memes over there all the time. Brandon Keeler said Dallas just selected.
Let's see.
See what they got here.
They've given up at this on my screen. Okay, their pick is in.
Who they got? Let's see.
It took them literally 6-7 minutes just to finally announce who they got. Come on, man.
Philip, text Cody for me, brother. See if Cody's gonna be able to join us tonight. Just add him on there, ask him about how much longer. If you're on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, well, you're not on Facebook because StreamYard don't allow it anymore. If you're on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Head over to YouTube at hashtag DFU_ATL. Dirty Fanatics United will pull up. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell if you want to know when we go live. Coming at you live tonight on draft night, round 2. If you're new to the chat, man, leave a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're a Falcon season ticket holder, let me know in the comment section. Let me know where you're sitting at, what seats you sit at in the bins if you're a Falcon season ticket holder. Rise up, man. We're here live, draft night. Wondering who these Dirty Birds are going to select here in the third round. Philip, obviously, Adon Mitchell is off the board. Doesn't look like we're going to trade up back into the second. We're probably going to ride it out to the third. Who are we looking at? Who are we looking at?
Possibly see more. Possibly trade back into the third with 2 and end up having 2 third rounds. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I'd have to. Not any names particular, but I would say maybe.
This top board pops up here. I'm going to read off some names. And we're going to give you some positions. And we're just kind of what we think is a need here for the Atlanta Falcons. And we'll go with the top name and just see, obviously, what could happen here. The Falcons don't always, just because you have a top name don't mean the Falcons are going for that top name. But we'll go with that top name and just see if it kind of pans out here. Cody, obviously, when he joins, will give his thoughts of the pick last night. Cody still kind of trying to understand the pick. Definitely likes Michael Penix. A little upset. I think he, wanted a defensive end at that pick. But we're definitely going to talk about it when Cody gets here. Philip, top board, 39 cornerback, Rocket Straw Jr. from Missouri, 40 receiver Franklin from Oregon. Damn, that board moves too fast, dude. Way too fast. Way too fast.
You're just trying to read it.
Yeah, way too fast. Sorry, viewers. Trying to do our best here, man. First draft night here for DFU. Hit that like button. Try to get us through the analytics. We greatly appreciate it. Look, man, we ain't had an Avis Avenue in a while, man. It's time to start pushing out some Avis Avenue content. Who did Dallas select, Philip?
Still selecting. Tampa Bay's on the clock, though, so.
I think he's about to start moving.
Okay, bro. Just save the pick, man.
Keeler said he'd be in about 5 minutes.
Bet.
So we'll have my boy Cody be here. Brandon, buddy, if you want to join, I'm going to go ahead and send you the link here to talk some Falcon football with us here at Dirty Fanatics United. Always good to have Brandon on the podcast. Obviously, a guy that knows Dirty Birds.
Edge, Marshawn Nealon, Western Michigan.
Okay, so they took another edge off the board.
Instinctive rusher, Thule. Overall, 74. Shout out to all these analysts, man. You guys know, like, these guys know, like, literally every player.
That's their day job, bro. That's their job.
But if you think about it, shout out to them, because this is a lot of players that, and guys you got to look at into to get exactly specific, spot on how they play. Who they look like, who like, you know what I'm saying, like who they play like, and type stuff like that. Like, it's a lot, man. It's a shot at them too.
Dude, I got this one guy in my Madden league, man. I don't know. He's just like, I guess he must be a fan of the Bucks or the Panthers or the Saints or something. But all he does is send stuff to the group chat of like memes of this Michael Penix Jr. pick, man. I'm so ready for Michael Penix Jr. to prove the world wrong. Like, so fucking ready.
What fan is he?
I don't know what he is, but he posts about the Falcons like he's a fan of the Saints or some shit. Philip, I'm going to invite my guy Stephen J. Checkdown, the new podcaster. He wasn't able to get on last night. Got tied up with some other stuff. Very, very good content over on YouTube. His name's the Checkdown. I believe the Checkdown Man or something like that. Very cool guy. Very, very well professionally. I'm trying to find the words to feel what I'm trying to say, but his camera's so clear. His videos are edited so nice. Like, really, really a nice up.
I have a solution for you if you want a better camera. Just we can do it all. We can do it all
here. He uses a thing called the Sony FX3, Philip, and I'm talking about, bro.
It's like an actual camera.
Super clear, dude.
It's like an actual camera.
So I'll shoot him the invite if he wants to join in. That'll be another podcast guest we'll have on tonight. My guy Brandon Keeler is in the lobby waiting to join. Brandon Keeler from Sports Nuts is here with us live. Brandon, what's going on? Day 2 of the NFL draft, man. How are we feeling about what's been happening, man?
So I know we're all going to scratch our heads. What were they thinking picking Penix, though?
That was crazy. It was a crazy pick.
I understand why. I do get it. I understand. I'm not going to fault Terry too much on it. But, I do see what everybody wanted. We really wanted to have Dallas Turner. He would have been a great addition to Atlanta. But we got to just move on. We got Roka Roro. I will tell you guys this. You guys were just struggling to say his name. But Aroro did fantastic work at Clemson. Him and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. were two of the best defensive players I've ever seen out of Clemson, and I've been up here since 2019. So I'm happy we got him. I really am.
Yeah, a guy that's going to pair very well with a Grady Jarrett, a guy obviously coming up on the end term of his contract here in Atlanta. 2 to 3 years left probably on his contract. A guy no better to learn from than Anamata. Two big nose tackles there. From what I've seen, Rook likes to play nose tackle in college.
He does.
Did it a lot. A real big body, 6'4", 250 something pounds, I believe it is.
Yes.
Solid guy there. Brandon, who are we kind of looking at for this next pick? Are we looking at maybe a cornerback spot? Are we going to get that receiver we've been talking about? What's the next pick?
I think it's gonna be corner because that's a need we need to have. And I'm looking at TJ Tampa. I really am. TJ Tampa, he's a great defender. He is a solid cover. He actually plays the cover 2 better than he plays the cover 3. But he is a solid cornerback. I see Atlanta go on TJ Tampa.
TJ Tampa, man, a guy that I would have to personally look up tape on. As I was telling Philip, I don't know much about these later round players. So first round is really my deal, man, when it comes to the first round night.
Tampa's pick is in.
We really went live tonight to give Cody his chance tonight to speak on what happened last night. Cody will be here very shortly, 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get Cody's thoughts and opinions. Brandon, any other shocker? Obviously, we talked about it last night. We said who would be the one team that would have the biggest shock of the draft. Little did I know that it would be my hometown team, the Dirty Birds. How are we feeling about this, man? Is there any other team you think took a step that they shouldn't have took, somebody that reached that shouldn't have reached, other than the Falcons? I wouldn't necessarily call it a reach because I like Michael Penix Jr. I like what he's done in college. I like the competition he brings. I like the deep ball, man. I love the deep pass. I love the touch pass. A guy that's really going to be able to take the top off of Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and learn behind a Kirk Cousins. Other than that, Brandon, is there anybody else? Man, what do we think?
Alabama, Chris Braswell of Alabama. So the team, there's a team that I think they're going to be loaded now is the Eagles. Do you see who they got? They got the first. We got the pick we wanted, Quinion Mitchell, and then they just took Cooper DeJean. I mean, they're loaded at cornerback now. Those are the 2 best corners I felt.
Cody Keeler in the chat.
Man.
Tell me what is going on.
It's Chris Braswell, Alabama, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Sheesh.
All
righty, so we're getting on around the edge. Just getting a little closer.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Go ahead, brother. Cody, man, what's going on, brother? Obviously, you last night at the bins, I got to see some live coverage of some people that went live from the bins on their phone after the draft. Some fans, a lot of fans, from what I've seen, disappointed last night. Cody, tell me the vibe, first of all. Tell me what it was like in the bins from start to the draft to heading home. And then overall, finish it up with, how are we feeling about this first pick?
Yeah, man, I would say energy in the bins, man, was fire. In the spot where I was sitting, as you guys saw last night, fans, man, it was definitely a mixed reaction. There was definitely a lot of excitement, but also a lot of confusion too.
Right.
The feeling I got, talking to other Falcon fans, kind of walking out was, don't really understand because, we just paid Kirk, $100 million guaranteed. But the excitement of having a quarterback, a left-handed quarterback that with wheels and with deep ball, accuracy and ability. Yes. So it was kind of one of those things is like people were excited. It was definitely a mixed reaction from all Falcon fans. What I would encourage some Falcon fans to do that were confused and a little bit upset by pick, go listen to what Terry and Coach Raw had to say afterwards. Because I was kind of in that boat where I'm thinking they're about to pick Dallas Turner. I'm excited for Dallas Turner. And then you hear Michael Penix Jr.'s name called. And I was kind of like, whoa, man, like what just happened? I know, to be honest, man, we were the only podcast that had kind of talked about that maybe possibly happened that Michael Penix Jr., drops down to us at 8 and we take it. Right. I think that was something that, as a matter of fact, Chase, I think it was something that you had brought up on one of our last podcasts about that was a possibility. And when it happened, like I say, it was, the the energy was still good in Mercedes-Benz. Like I say, there was still a lot of confusion, a lot of not really sure, but excited for the pick. I'll kind of break down from what I got out of the Terry and Coach Raw, the presser there. Man, I understand it now. When once we pursued Deshaun Watson, man, and Matt was kind of like, I'm out. Like, if y'all are, I thought the process was, I'll help you guys pick a rookie guy. I'll help groom him, help him, build the future, whatever. And when Matt took off, we didn't have a plan. Our plan was Marcus Mariota. Obviously, look how that turns out. It was draft Desmond Ridder. Ridder gave it his shot, but didn't have the tools that he needed to be our next guy up. And then, we bring in Kirk Cousins, and obviously with Tyler Heineke. So I understand what the Falcons are trying to do here. I mean, I understand it's not, what people were excited for. I know we've been getting killed on ESPN and we've been getting killed on social media about it. But as a Falcon fan, after we have happened what happened when Matt left and we had, 2 years of just, bad quarterback play. I mean, we should have been in the playoffs the last 2 years, but inconsistent quarterback play just played enough of a role that we fell short enough times. So here's my thing, guys, is like, was that the pick I wanted? Absolutely not. Am I okay with the pick after hearing, hey, look, what Terry and Raw explained is look, if Kirk does what we think he should do, which I think Kirk is going to take us deep into the playoffs and possibly get us to that game, they're going for the next 4 years. We're not picking in the top spots. We're not going to be here at, pick 5 or pick 8 or pick 10. We're going to be picking, hopefully we're pick 32 or we're pick, 29, because that means we've gone deep into the playoffs and we've gotten somewhere with Kirk Cousins. So that means that if we need a quarterback of the future, we've got him sitting on our bench now. I think Terry and Raw liked what they had, and now you've got a professional quarterback. We've deemed Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan 2.0, that he's going to have him on the bench and have him ready when it's time for Kirk to step away. And this is the other thing too, is, Kirk is coming off that injury. Now, I don't think that's going to be a problem for Kirk. I think he's going to be ready for the season. I don't think Kirk will get hurt during the season. However, our backup quarterback is Tyler Heineke right now. And we've seen what that looks like coming off the bench. It's not good. He lost us, he's responsible for losing us that Bears game, the way he played. So I much rather see Penix sit on the bench, learn from Kirk, come off the bench. God forbid anything happens to Kirk. I feel more at ease with Penix coming off the bench than I do seeing Tyler Heineke come off the bench. Yeah. And so my thing is like, it wasn't the draft pick we expected. It wasn't the one that a lot of people wanted. I understand the confusion because, man, I was confused. And, all of us, follow this team die hard. This is a die hard group, man. And I was confused. So, but hearing Terry and Raw explain where they're coming from, and, it makes sense now. So hopefully Kirk does what Kirk is supposed to do here, keeps us further back in the draft in that 29 to 32 area, because that means we're having success and we don't have to worry about the quarterback of the future. Because honestly, think about it. Other than Shadur Sanders in the NFL, in college right now, I can't think of a guy that I would take and be like, this is my guy right here, right now. Now, granted, in 3-4 years, that guy may show up, but we've already got our guy. We don't have to go get a guy. We don't have to trade a bunch of draft picks to move up to go get our guy. We've got our guy on the bench now, learning from a guy who is a constant professional. I mean, that's what we heard when we got Kirk was, man, the Falcons went out and got a great one. All the cliches. First one in, last one out. He does things right, and Michael Penix Jr. has a great guy to learn from. I understand, again, I understand Kirk's, confusion with it, because he's like, man, y'all just paid me $100 million. I don't think Kirk's upset. I think he was confused, just like all of us were. Yeah. We were all shocked. I mean, this is the most I've seen the Falcons covered on ESPN or anything since, the whole dogfighting thing with Michael Vick, to be 100% honest. And even maybe since our our Super Bowl run. So that's where I stand with it, man. I'm excited for it. It may not help. It may not be a thing for 2024, but in 2028, we're not scrambling for a quarterback because, like I say, hopefully 2024 we're looking at it going, hey, Falcons are just are Super Bowl champions now. Kirk's getting ready to retire. We're picking 32. We've got our guy that can come off the bench and we can continue to be successful. So I'll say, but that's my breakdown.
I like that viewpoint.
Cody, hitting the facts there. Glad to have Cody here tonight to bring his point and views. Cody, a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan here for Dirty Fanatics United, a co-host. Cody, definitely 100% with everything you said there. There is certain points that certain people don't understand. Certain people want certain players, get their feelings hurt a little bit, and then they go home and think about it. They sit down, they think about it, and okay, Michael Penix Jr. is the future of Atlanta. It's not that big of a deal. We have the future. The future is here. Cody, you brought it up, so me just giving the channel some props. I want to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Want to give us our flowers here. Our first ever kind of prediction of who we think could get selected was actually right. So here's our clip.
A guy in Drake, London. We all remember our last visit was with Drake, London in early April. We pulled the plug. We went to Cali. We had a private workout with him. Guess what the Atlanta Falcons did in early April? Went and talked to Michael Penix Jr. Guys, do not be surprised if these Falcons pull the plug and trade back and draft Michael Penix Jr. in the later round. Defense, as Cody was saying.
So here's the thing. The one thing that we were off on was the spot. So, yes, DFU was still shocked when the Falcons selected Michael Penix Jr. at 8. Definitely was a surprise for me, Cody. I was leaning towards, I was seeing the quarterbacks come off the board. I was like, okay, quarterbacks are coming off. The Raiders are fixing to call us and draft Michael Penix Jr. The Raiders are coming up to take our spot. And I'll be damned, Cody, if we didn't have leaks that the Seahawks wanted the number 8 spot, the Saints wanted the number 8 spot, as well as the Las Vegas Raiders wanted the number 8 spot. 3 teams potentially trading up to number 8 to take Michael Penix Jr. The Falcons said, not going to happen. We're going to sit right here, grab our guy, and hope for the best with Kirk Cousins. Falcon fans, that has to speak volumes for you of the trust that Terry and Raheem has in this team to sit behind a desk. And what really stood out to me, Terry sat there and they said, we don't plan to be here again, ever again. And Terry sat right there and said, no, we won't be back here again. We won't be back this low again. Terry, with the confidence, speaks volumes to me. I trust you, Terry. Continue cooking. We may not understand the picks right now, but when these players get on the field, I promise you they're going to prove us wrong. Falcon fans, we're at pick 60 with the Buffalo Bills on the clock. Philip, who are they selecting right now?
They selected Cole Bishop.
Cole Bishop from Utah.
And now Detroit's pick is in now.
They're about to announce it.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Cody.
I was saying that's something else I wanted to touch on too, about the Penix Jr. pick. Like I said, I was confused. Again, honestly confused with the pick. But this morning, like you said, when I read that, hey, the Raiders were coming and the Saints wanted him, that was the only other reason. That was another reason that I was okay with the pick, because it was just a giant middle finger to the Saints that, hey, we got your guy.
They got the healthy bill of sale, man.
Yes, sir.
The bill of sale came in and it said Michael Penix Jr.'s ACL is titanium rod. It's not ever going to break again. Michael Penix Jr. is coming to Atlanta Falcons. So it's exactly what happened. They got the health report. It came back healthy. Teams got super hard for Michael Penix Jr. and the Atlanta Falcons owned every single body at the number 8 spot. I really, really hope that, that it doesn't happen again, that we're in the top 10. I really hope Raheem and them is correct. Maybe we're picking number 20, 32nd next year because we just won the ring. Who knows? Cody, obviously, we went around the table hill. We're going to get to Brandon here next. Coming to you with the question: who are we looking at here for this next pick? Are we looking at? You don't got to give me a specific name just because we don't know who that could be. But give me a position. What position are you looking at here for this third round?
Well, for the third round, we're definitely. I saw we picked. And I'm going to butcher the guy's name.
It's a Roro.
Yeah, I'll let you pronounce that.
Roro.
Now I did a little YouTubing on him. I do like that pick. He's big boy, big
Yes, he
fast
is.
boy. So I think that's great. I think that's a great pickup for us just in case Calais Campbell doesn't come back. We did get we got our defensive line help, a little bit more help with that pass rush. So I'm happy to see that. It looks like this kid out of Clemson is going to be a force to be reckoned with, like like
And there goes Ennis Rakenstraw Jr., Philip, one of my top cornerbacks on the board.
quarters.
What's up?
And
I
to
would say
mention-
that's my other thing. I think our next pick, I'm sure we need to look kind of at our secondary. I'm assuming that Cooper Jejin is
Yes, he's
gone.
He went to the Eagles.
Where'd he go?
The Eagles.
The Eagle, of course.
Yeah, the Eagles are stacked on cornerbacks this year.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the position we need to kind of address. I think I wouldn't mind seeing a wide receiver go next. I don't know who's. I really don't know who's all left out there in the wide receiver field. But maybe that's something that you can get in the third round.
There's a wide receiver that's out of Western Michigan. The dude isn't crazy. Like he had like incredible speeds, what they said, and but MAC schools don't get a lot of notoriety just because they're MAC schools. I mean, and Baltimore's about to pick, so I could see them taking a wide receiver here.
Caleb with our pick said, I believe he can play every position on the line as well.
Again, that's why.
Yeah, Roro can. Roro was really good at Clemson.
He was the highest rated DT in that position. So whether people believe it's a reach or not, do your research, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I have a little news for you on this one though. About with him, Carolina was going to actually select him.
He was the top of their draft board.
Yeah, they were going to select him. Atlanta got him, so Carolina traded back again because they're like, oh well, we're not going to get who we wanted. So now there's talks that Spencer Rattler could be selected by the Carolina Panthers too. So there's always that they're playing a little cat and mouse game.
Well, and
not after the Bryce Young selection, not little Bryce.
David Tepper has got to be the absolute dumbest coach. I mean, owner you will ever see. I mean, he throws drinks at.
I love it though. Let's let that happen.
Comment here about our new shout out to DFB, man. My boy Mateo doing big things over on his channel. Can you guys read that? Philip, if you want to read that out loud, Cody, somebody.
I can't even read it.
Okay, I got you.
His vocal leader who earned all ACC honors in his final season at Clemson, credited with 97 tackles, 25.5 for loss, 12 sacks, 9 pass breakups, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1,526 career snaps over 53 games or 30 starts from 19 to 23. Played 5 offensive snaps in Clemson's jumbo package, which I remember, 2 in 2021 and 1 in 2022 and 2 in 2023.
Look how swole that guy is. Look how big he is.
Hey, bro, he said he's ready to run through a brick wall, man. I'm ready for it.
Well, and that's the other thing too, man. Is that we have always lacked size on our defensive line. Yes. I think Poe was, as much as I love Grady, Grady's big, man. But
he's not that.
He's not
tall.
that. He's exactly.
This guy's 6'4", man.
Yeah, and I think the last guy that we had that was that size was Don Terry Poe, and look at what he did when he was here.
Well, and I'm gonna tag along with that too because when you say one size, this is also going to give Grady a little bit of rest. I mean, we are solely relying on Grady.
Brandon, this is something me and Philip talked about a minute ago. This is a guy that's going to be a rotational piece as well. Yes. You got David Onamata, you got Grady Jarrett. He's going to come in so peculiar when it comes to rotational piece, that fresh body off the bench, fresh rookie, young guy, 6'4", 258 pounds, an absolute beast. Yep. I'm so excited to see what this next pick is going to be. Philip, what you got, bro?
San Fran and Kansas City just swap picks.
Okay. And the Carolina Panthers are right behind San Fran.
With the 63 pick in the 24.
63rd pick is Kinsley.
Who's that?
Stu Madia from BYU.
Man, I'm ready for our pick, man. I was thinking we was going to shake something here and get back up in the draft and trade away a 3rd-round pick or 6, but it ain't looking that way, man.
I don't know, man. I think I'm not gonna count Terry out just yet to surprise us. I think we're gonna stack some more.
Next year be thrown in there if you
How
want.
about cornerback Green from FSU? What are your guys' thoughts on him?
No,
No.
no, he was burned too much. See where I'm
So
at.
here's that TJ
I watched
Temple
a
I'm
lot of the
looking at now.
Clemson games and a lot of FSU kind of games,
Mhm.
and he was burned a lot. Like I told you though, TJ Tampa, he is sitting in my brain that's the Falcons' next pick. Oh, did he leave?
No, he was say I'm sure he fell out. I would say, yeah, I would say I don't know. I don't watch much Florida State football, but
Right.
so I couldn't really speak on the kid. But my thing is at this point is find somebody that you can have even if you have somebody that's like who's the one that we just lost. Akuda. Like if you can find an Akuda in the draft, man, not somebody that has to be completely 100% locked down, but just a guy that you can put out there and can be dependable.
And they're scared of, do I really want to throw it to him? That's what you want to have. I mean,
exactly.
I guarantee you, wherever they go, Jesse Bates is going to kind of lift over to that side,
like he did
kind
this
of
past year.
backup coverage for him,
Yep.
And then that's going to cite fear there of, oh God, I got to be careful throwing it to him because Jesse Bates is going to take that ball.
Yep, 100%.
I tell you what, guys, we definitely need to do this for Mercedes-Benz next year. Let's say,
Yeah, for sure.
It was lit in there, man. I would say the energy, getting to watch everything on the Halo board and all kinds of stuff.
I'm working on a way to get like a portable camera in a way, like holding with the mic and everything attached to it. We're going on a way to try to get something like that so we can
for the games this year, man.
Yeah, release maybe videos like for the games or just certain things like that, and we can upload it.
His name is Malachi Corley from Western Kentucky. This guy is incredible. He gets open a lot. He has glue for hands. His hands are like my size hands. I'm a tight end, so that was a tight end hand. This guy, I think he's like 6'1" or 6'2". So he's got the size ability. I could see Atlanta maybe going after him too.
Something here for you guys I want to ask y'all. Something that's been leaked, been going around for quite a while now. Falcons GM with the Arthur Blank situation. We got to talk about it.
Oh, I saw this.
I don't think there's nothing in that.
It was either you better make the right decision or you're out of here kind of talk. He's talking about going to the future.
Yeah, I believe that's.
But I also heard.
Let's replay that.
They go ahead and go quarterback right now. Understand that first pick essentially doesn't help you go ahead and really try and put a stranglehold, so to speak, on the South and really see if you can dethrone the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and be that team that makes that big leap, because there's so many things that are set up.
How we feeling, guys?
Played for Atlanta, right?
Well, I think it's kind of one of those things. I think Arthur Blank, I think with Arthur Blank being in win now mode, he's going, okay, explain to me how this helps us now, because I want to win now.
Right.
And I think
he does that too.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of what Terry was explaining to him is like, look, man, this may not be a win right now, but in case of an emergency, we have got a guy who can come off the bench, make those deep NFL throws that need to be made. And we've got a kid that can, that's the other thing is not only can this kid throw that intermediate, I think it's something else that we talked about. Not only can he, throw those deep balls, he can make those intermediate throws. He played for Washington, and that was, watching some of his highlights, man. It's those short, slant routes, those 7 and in, 7 and out bench routes that, they were running in Washington that he can still hit and hit with accuracy, not just what all these rookie quarterbacks want to do once they get in the NFL and throw it 10, 15, 20 yards downfield. He can still hit, when it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, he can hit those small, short, intermediate routes and pick up that, those 3rd downs, those 2nd downs, those, possible 4th downs that we may go for. So it's no matter the way that you look at it, yeah, he may be on the bench for the next 4 years, but now we have who should be a viable starting quarterback in the NFL coming off the bench in case Kirk goes down. I think that's the one thing, that people harped on, people harped on about Kurt was he's hurt, his Achilles. How's he going to do? How's he going to be? That was such a big concern for everybody. And now all of a sudden it's like, well, how can you draft a backup quarterback when you just paid Kirk Cousins, guaranteed $100 million? It's like, well, but so far all off season before the draft, people were complaining about, well, he's hurt. How can you give a guy $100 million if he's hurt? Well, okay, if he's hurt and y'all are concerned about that, here's a guy that can come off the bench if something happens. A better option than Tyler Heineke for that case. I understand that Tyler Heineke is an NFL veteran. He started for the Washington Commanders, but again, I feel that that's an immediate upgrade for this season at the backup position. So yeah, is it something that's going to be affected on the field?
Bernardo Green, cornerback, Florida State to the Niners.
But again,
no matter what they think, Cody, I got one thing for them. This is all they need to know.
Like it, or you don't like it, you love it, you hate it. One thing for damn sure, you are gonna respect it.
Respect the pick. Respect Michael Penix Jr. because
shout out to The Rock for making that clip.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to The Rock for making that segment. It was fun editing that.
Carolina coming close to being on the clock. What is our divisional?
Bernardo Green.
Brandon,
So
you're the guy.
This is the funny part. Like I would honestly, it wouldn't be surprised if they take a local boy. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Carolina is trading the pick. Who are they trading it to? To the New York Jets. So the Jets are on the clock.
Okay.
Bro, they are giving away value.
They are giving away everything. This is David Tepper for you. And when y'all being up here, I work for the fan of a radio station up here in Greenville. You want to talk about the most hatred you could ever see for one owner in NFL history? He's worse than Dan Snyder. There have been people that say they want to burn his house down. Yeah, it's bad here. But he took the Carolina's spring practice that was held at Wofford.
There goes Green off the board right there, Brandon. Green off the board to Florida State.
Yeah, so Wofford used to host. Now it's the keyword there is used to host Carolina Panthers. He said he does not like the Carolinas. He has come out and said he hates the Carolinas. He wants them to play at his local facility up in Raleigh. And I'm like, why would he do that? He absolutely hates the Carolinas, and the Carolina people here hate him as well.
Well, he is throwing drinks at fans, so I mean, it makes sense.
Well, remember last year, the Falcons Carolina Panthers game, there was 45-cent tickets, which my coworker still doesn't believe that actually has existed, but he did say, "Oh, there's no way it could be 45-cent tickets." Are they really that bad? They are the Panthers.
Yep.
My guy, Michael Thomas is here in the chat. What's going on, Thomas?
Yo, what's happening? Y'all all right?
We're doing great, baby.
Brandon, see
What's
Money
up, man?
Chase, what's good?
Chilling, man.
Hey,
Watching
happy draft
Dirty
weekend,
Falcons.
Hey, my
Yes,
draft
sir.
week is good. Hey, I'm actually excited. You see all these Florida State players coming off the board.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
man.
came off right now. Yep.
Hey, man, so what? That's 3 in the second round.
Yeah, and agreeing to the 49ers, I believe it is, just now off the board. Solid cornerback. We're speaking Falcon football here. Michael Penix Jr., Thomas, your thoughts on the move? A lot of Falcon fans shocked by it. DFU not too shocked about it. Seeing all the reports coming out that Falcons were heavy on him, sending a lot of people out to talk to him. Thomas, your thoughts here for the Falcon fans?
Well, three points I want to make. One, what did we learn when we had Matt Ryan? Right? We never had a backup.
Is what we got.
Never had a successor.
Yeah.
We never, because we depended on Matt because he was durable, right?
Yep.
Matt missed 3 games in his whole
3 games his whole
career.
Falcon career.
Yep, 3 games.
So that's one. So we can learn from that, right? 2, the other point is you have to develop somebody, right?
Right.
So why not now, right? Because, and the third point is if we get hit with this tampering for next year, that's gonna take us away.
That's
And
my-
Shadur
that was my
Sanders
main
is
point.
not that guy who we want to take next year because he's going to need. Don't get me wrong, he may be good, but it's hard
Need
to
help.
transition from college to NFL.
Yep.
And you want him to be that dude. Will he sell
Yep.
tickets? Is Deion gonna sell tickets for it? Sure. But at the end of the day, we want one of these, man. We want a ring.
want a ring.
Exactly.
You
So
want the
I
ring?
don't give him, like I said on one of my posts on Facebook, if Jesus was available, we'd take him.
Yep.
If he was but he was going to get us to the promised land. Let's do it. So,
So I want to chime in with you on this, Thomas, too, okay? You said about the tampering. So Adam Schefter came out today. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It is believed that the Falcons are going to lose a second, a third round, and a sixth round pick next year. That is what he is reporting. Brian Balding has said he's heard that too. Now, there are some reports that are conflicting that say it's really a second and third. Regardless, it looks like Atlanta is going to be out 2 or 3 picks next
That's
year.
tough.
So this goes back to what Cody said of this is the insurance run. This is what we needed because what if we don't have that opportunity to get a successor down the road next year? You know, we don't have a second or third round. We're going to have to wait, go from the first to the 4th round. That's a long ways to wait.
yeah.
Well, just
And
like
it'll be-
Thomas said, you look at the quarterbacks and Shadur, and you look at Carson back. Who else? Who else is
Right.
coming out next year? There's really
There's
not
really
those
nobody
people.
there. You don't want Brandon
Um,
Shager from Hawaii. The dude is so inconsistent. But
Michael
he's right up
Penix
there.
Jr., man. let's
Malachi
be for
Corley just got
real.
selected by the Jets.
If he doesn't have the bad championship game, Michael Penix Jr. was a top 10, regardless of the injuries, regardless of anything. If he wins the championship game, he's a top 5 pick. He was one of the top 5 to come off.
Well,
I'm sorry, that's what it would've been.
but let's be fair though. If Jordan Travis won towards
He's
ACL,
Heisman. He would have won Heisman. He would have
he
been a
would have
top
won
10
Heisman,
pick.
and he would have been a top 3
He
pick.
would have won the Maxwell as well.
Yep, 100%. It's just crazy how stuff like that can shake out. And your guy, Thomas, still on the board. A team's going to luck up and get a guy like that.
And I really wish I really wish the Falcons would go get him. You know, put him on the practice
He's going to
squad.
be, I think he's going to
I don't. He's probably a 7th round pick. I think is what I feel.
But I mean, that's just me being, wishful thinking, right? Hell, look at Tom Brady, right?
Yep.
He was the GOAT. He's the GOAT, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
Look at Brock
there's no
Purdy.
shame in saying the later round players can't play.
But
Absolutely.
look at Brock Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant. We're talking about Mr.
So-
Irrelevant too.
So, Mr. Thomas, if there was a pick that you had to make now with our prior picks that we made, and Michael Penix Jr., you traded up, you made a selection for Root. Brandon, what's the last name?
Roro.
That guy. You traded up for him.
Roro.
Clemson defensive tackle can play every spot on the defensive line. Your next move here, what would it be if you were the GM, Thomas?
I would go cornerback.
Who'd you select?
Cornerback.
I think
Who
I
said
brought him
TJ Tampa, right?
up.
I think he's a solid shutdown. I really feel it in my bones.
I mean, honestly, we need somebody because remember he
Phillips from Kentucky. Phillips from Kentucky's another
yeah,
one.
but also though they like to run the 3-4 defense, right? So
Yeah,
we're gonna need
that's
a nickel guy.
Yeah, we need a nickel.
So with that being said, is we don't need necessarily a shutdown corner. We just need a corner who can cover. I really like that guy from Rutgers. He really played safety, who they just took off the board.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Let's see who's who's Cardinals getting right here.
But the guy who played for Rutgers, I would have loved to take him. But right now, though, we need a defensive back.
Yeah. And
Trey
that's
Benson.
really a spot that's pretty stacked in
Trey
this
Benson,
draft.
Florida State
is-
running back,
is
just got
cornerback.
selected by Arizona.
Is Blake Corum still on the draft board right now?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think Blake Corum from Michigan is still on the draft board right now. That's the second running back I've seen going in the second or third round, and Blake Corum has still not been announced.
Wow,
What is the issue with
One
that? Blake
running back.
Blake Corum was the better running back out of pretty much the bunch, other than Buddy from Texas.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler, another guy still on the board here.
Well, hold on, that's a Trey Benson from Florida State, man. I'm
Yep.
telling you,
He got
Florida
selected by
State.
Arizona.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Trey Benson, before he was at Oregon, transferred, came to Florida State. He balled out.
You know who Benson reminds me of? And you're probably gonna agree with this, Thomas.
Dalvin Cook.
Free.
Yeah,
He has the running ability of like Freeman did.
yeah, but I
He has
would
that
say
vision.
I agree with that. But I think Dalvin Cook is more his style.
I can see Dalvin Cook because
Size,
Dalvin
build,
Cook is a
everything.
trained horse, is what he was. But
Yeah,
I can
he
see it.
trained really
Caleb
hard.
says, I'm going to predict Andrew Phillips here with the next pick for the Falcons. Does anybody here in the table expect the Falcons to trade up again, or are we going to sit it out where we're
Nah,
at?
I would not be surprised if they attempt.
Well,
But do I think it's going to happen? I don't know.
But think about this, guys.
Yeah.
Look how the board, it was a trend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody started taking defensive players all third round, all second round.
It was the DBs, is what it was.
So it was the DBs. They was going secondary. They went defensive line, things of that nature. So it's no need to try to shift up the board and try to jump and start trading the house.
Right.
Because it's not going to work. But then also, though, they have to operate under good faith, right? So they can't make any trades because they know next year that their picks are going to be taken away.
Yeah, the only team I see that would really
That's exactly
talk
right,
to would be the
Thomas.
Chargers. Who do the Commanders take?
Nick says, get Peyton Wilson.
That's not a bad.
Brandon
Coleman.
Coleman, tackle. He is going to the Commanders.
Philip, can you Google for me if Blake Corum is still on the draft board?
Yeah, the running back from Michigan, right?
Yeah, still on the board.
Yeah, he hadn't been
Yeah,
taken.
he's still on there.
Sheesh.
Hey,
that was supposedly a
Adonai-
Heisman
Adonai-
Trophy
look
runner.
how long he
But,
lasted.
but this is the thing with this, right? When you're in between running back, but remember 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, they said, "Well, we can get a running back in the 6th round. We cool with that, or we can get a
Right.
walk. We can
Right,
go get
Tyler
a
Algier,
running
good
back."
example.
So running backs is not like that hot commodity anymore. You're not getting the Adrian Peterson.
I was just thinking Blake was going to be one of the top ones, one of the first few to come off. That's crazy.
Pretty much nowadays, it's I don't know, like it's more defense or receiver type base. Like that's what I feel like I see more like off the board here lately.
I'm sitting here looking at the Commanders list. They've acquired some players this year, man. Dan Quinn over there.
But you know what though? It's Dan Quinn. Do you really think Dan Quinn is gonna lead the Washington Redskins? I'm not gonna call them Commanders. I'm calling them Redskins.
Kim, let's go around the table real quick. This ain't a Falcon question. Do we think Caleb Williams will succeed in the NFL?
No, absolutely not.
Hello?
I say he succeeds at the toilet bowl.
Shit.
I'm not gonna wish nothing on him. He's unique in his own way.
Yes, he paints his nails before the game. He's very unique. Very unique
I'm
guy.
not gonna try to wish nothing upon him, but honestly, I don't know. That's me. Can't really say.
He's got a target in Roman Dunze. Bears
he
going crazy
He
for
played
him.
similar style to like what Patrick Mahomes does. If you just watch him, I'm not gonna say he's gonna be the next Patrick Mahomes, don't by any means, but I feel like he will be decent at least. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna be the next big thing. I don't know. I'm not trying to
Cody,
jinx him or anything, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Cody, what your thoughts? Will he succeed in the NFL? Will the Bears be a contender this year?
If he'll quit painting his fingernails pink, yeah. No. I don't know, man. I was just say my thing about Caleb Williams. I think I see him being. I don't know, man. I didn't watch much UFC football, but if my thing was watching him after games and especially after losses, the attitude, man. I don't think he's a
locker room cancer.
Yeah, I really think that he's going to be an issue. I think he's going to the Bears. I mean, really, I don't know what.
Bad.
I mean,
organizational wise, too.
Yeah,
they're one of the worst organizations.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's going to be interesting to see what he does. I don't think he's going to beat the. I don't think he's going to be the super elite quarterback, but I think he'll be better than Justin Fields, and that's kind of what they want, but.
That comment there.
That was a good one right there. They literally trade away everything.
So this is what I think with Caleb Williams. Do I feel like he's a little bit cocky? Yeah. Do I feel like he may be able to ball out? Yeah. However, I feel like just slow down a little bit, right? You haven't played a professional snap yet because you can get out there, training camp, and blow your MCL, ACL.
Yep.
So all the hype is done.
Yep.
Go your role, buddy. You know, and he may be. Don't get me wrong. If you know you shit, talk your shit. I have no problem with it.
But he
But
did
just
that when
slow
he was
down a
at
little.
Oklahoma too. Remember, he tried to talk that he was this big bad boy that he was
Yeah.
going to start, and he never even had a practice against Spencer Rattler, who was projected at the time to be the number one.
Very
pick.
true.
But to be fair though, Lincoln Riley left. Then that's kind of how that.
Yeah.
Let's be fair with that. But I just feel like, do I feel like he may be able to ball out? Yes. Do I feel like he's a generational talent? Yes. Do I feel like
What do you see that he's a generational talent?
Well, since his arm attributes, right?
Mhm.
And I will say he has the nasty ability to extend the play. I watched Caleb Williams countless of times run the ball to the sideline and just chunk that thing up, like Philip said, Patrick Mahomes style, and hit a guy in the back corner of the end zone. I will say he does have his attributes.
No.
But so
I'll
does
say-
Spencer Rattler does too. So I mean, the film that I've seen on Caleb Williams, and I'm gonna have to disagree on this one though, Thomas. I don't see him as a generational player. I just don't see it. I don't know why, because they're trying to crown. They even did try to do the same thing last year with Bryce Young as a generational quarterback.
Yeah,
and
that
you see what Bryce Young is. Bryce Young is looking like he's going to be a big bust. And do I have anything against Caleb Williams? No, but what I think he is though, and Cody hit the nail on the head on this one. Caleb Williams is going to be locker room cancer. That's what I feel.
Well,
And you know who was the locker room cancer was Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf was the worst.
But
I
don't think that's right. I wouldn't say he's going to be a cancer. I feel like maybe on the outside he may be the asshole, but you never heard no one inside the locker room saying that Caleb Williams is such and such. Now I heard it about Jaden Daniels.
Oh yeah, I've heard that about Jaden Daniels too.
But I've never heard anybody. The outside, we're perceiving him to be to be a Richard, right? However, you have never heard no one from the USC locker room to say that, this guy don't want to talk to nobody. He's not this. He thinks he's greater than. You haven't heard nothing. Nothing has came out. So I'm gonna just give him the benefit of the doubt. Do I feel like that his cockiness is on 10,000?
Yeah, 100%.
No doubt.
Well, see, and this is my thing. I agree with you, Thomas. If you can talk shit and then turn around and back it up, go for it, man. My thing though is I think that's one thing the Falcons were lucky with Matt Ryan. Like, I think that was it's not, and I'm not, I guess I'm putting a lot on a rookie quarterback, but when your quarterback comes in, and I guess you could go the opposite way here too and be like, well, he's got that swagger. He's going to, put that on other guys. But here's my thing about it too is you're still the Chicago Bears right now. And, I don't know. It's hard. Like, I understand. I'm like I say, I'm 100% with Thomas on. If you could talk shit and then back it up, awesome. But my thing is you still haven't taken an NFL snap, and like you said, like Thomas said again, you could straight go to training camp and your first snap, blow out your MCL, tear your ACL, and then and then what have you got? But it'll be interesting to see. But now this is my question: has Kamari Lassiter from Georgia come off the board yet?
Yes.
He did come off the board.
I think he was early second round.
Early second.
Yep. Back on our quarterback,
He dropped, but
he dropped.
I would say,
Cody, I agree with you 100% what you're saying on that part too. But I need to see that it factor from Caleb Williams. I have to see it, and I have not seen it.
Right. Well, and that's my thing about, about the Caleb Williams thing. How can you be a guy, and I understand USC back, in 2010 was an impressive thing, but it's 2024 now, and you're telling NFL teams, hey, if I come there, I want to own part of it. These are the only teams I'll play for, and that's the kind of crap that I don't. But
this is the thing, though, right? We are in a generational now, just the generation, right?
Right.
It's the whole movement ordeal. Is that everybody wants something, right? And it's going across everywhere. It's just like, let's be honest. Are you going to go to work for $5.25 an hour?
Hell no.
You want to say, hey, I want $40, $50 an hour. not to do shit. Let's be honest. I mean, that's just where we are right now.
Right.
That's the generation that we are. And I'm not mad at him. I mean, look, look, when someone offered me a contract to work and they're going to say, well, what is your counter offer? Why not put it in there? Most they can say is like, no, you can't get it.
Yeah.
I'll say, well, I guess it's, like you say, it's a generational thing. I don't know if it was, and of course, I'm obviously not going in the NFL draft anytime soon or, even close to it. But, I just don't know if I want that, I agree, talk about it, but that's not something that I'm putting out as a player before I take an NFL snap. Like, hey, I'm only playing,
that's very great for the Atlanta Falcons is we selected a guy that is very humble. If you watch Michael Penix Jr.'s first interview here with the Falcons, very humble guy, very respectful, religious, very just straightforward when it comes to questioning. Michael Penix Jr. here, a quote here from Kurt Warner said, "Your pocket passer, a guy that can make the chunk throw over and over again. I've always believed at the NFL level, if you want to be a difference maker, you've got to make those 15 to 35-yard throws consistently. Nobody did it better in college and football than Michael Penix Jr." Guys, your thoughts of Kurt Warner, Hall of Famer, those type of words from a guy that hasn't even seen Penix take an NFL snap yet. Y'all's thoughts about that?
Well, you got to look at his tangibles. Look at his tangibles, right? Because every quarterback can't make that throw. Some quarterbacks can make the long ball, and they can't do the short ball. Right? Some quarterbacks can do the short ball, but they can't throw the long ball. But also, though, if you can be able to do, a hitch route, or you can be able to do it, and you can put it right there in the center, and you can move instead of trying to go deep, and you can put it right there, and you can go 12 yards instead, or you can do those 7 to 9 yards. I think that's awesome. But again, that's a development skill. But remember one thing though, he is left-handed.
Yep. And guess who's on his blind side? Caleb McGarry.
So with that, with him being left-handed,
that's why we need to go.
It's going to help develop the game. But also though, remember too, right? He left. And when he followed your boy, he was he was nice at Alabama. What was the head coach name?
Indiana.
But he's at Alabama now, the head coach.
I know you don't.
Comments for you, brother.
So he followed him. He was offensive coordinator.
What is his name? He's the Alabama. I know. I see it on the tip of my tongue.
Start with the boys or something like that.
The boys, that's it. Yeah.
But he started off. He followed him because that was his best career path, right? He followed him. But he used him to his advantage, and it took him where?
Yeah.
Yep.
One play away from them winning the national title.
Yep.
So therefore, Kurt Warner is actually on the money with that statement.
And Kurt Warner, now remember what he did. He was not drafted. He signed as an undrafted free agent with Green Bay and got cut the first day. So that's great to have someone like that, on your side. Kurt Warner knows what he's talking about.
Yep. Philip, Cody.
Sorry, I was locked in. I don't even know what's going on.
No, I think it's great. I think Kurt's, obviously Kurt Warner knows what's up. I think Kurt Warner's a very intelligent quarterback. When he played in the NFL, I mean, look, man, he went from
Andrew Phillips, quarterback, Giants,
champion, man.
Cornerback, sorry.
So I agree with Kurt. I think he's definitely that true pocket passer, which is great, but at the same time, he's got the ability with the legs too, man. Yep. Anytime you got guys like Kurt Warner, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, talking about how good the quarterback that you just drafted is, you're probably a good company. I know even watching the Pat McAfee, kind of watching reruns of the Pat McAfee draft special that they had going on. Bill Belichick, was real high on Michael Penix Jr. too. Again, he was like us, the pick, but even Bill said, he's consistent. He's a great, pocket passer. So I mean, if you've got guys like Kurt Warner, Bill Belichick, talking about your quarterback, your backup quarterback at this point right now, being, somebody that's going to be able to help you, it's great. So I'm excited to see, I'm excited for Kirk Cousins for the next 4 years. I think Kirk's going to do great for us. But when Kirk's gone, for the first time since we obviously didn't have a plan when Matt Ryan took his departure, I finally feel like we've got a plan and that we're in good hands.
This
afterwards.
is insurance
so
run.
it's
You know,
good.
this is
It's
the
good to
insurance
see.
run.
The aura is different.
Well, I
around.
have all you guys here. I want to ask all y'all a question about the Kirk Cousins, the Michael Penix Jr. drama. An article here. I'm going to screen share it. It says reported from Kirk Cousins' personal, where'd it go? GM somewhere around here. It says, if I can find it. It says Cousins agent Mike McCarthy made it clear network that Penix came up as a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up. Kirk got a call from the Falcons when they were on the clock. That was the first we heard. It never came up in any conversation. Your guys' thoughts, is Kirk salty about this move? Is this just something that shocked him? Is the media putting a twist to this? Guys, your thoughts?
I think it's just a shock, honestly. I don't think it's going to ruffle his feathers. Pardon the pun. I don't think it's going to ruffle his feathers. Kurt is very humble, and I go back to his Michigan State days. He was very humble at Michigan State, very humble in Washington and Minnesota. I don't think he's bitter. I think he was caught off guard, yes, but then I also think now that they have Penix Jr., now he's going to say, you know what, I have to take him under my wing, and I've got to teach him the right way to play because I'm not going to be in this game forever. I'm only here 3, maybe 4 years at more left in the NFL. He's going to take over for me. I got to show him the right way. You don't want to do what Aaron Rodgers did to Jordan Love is just ignore you and say, the heck with me teaching you.
Right.
You want to take him in there and teach them.
Well, but hold on. I got to interject on that one.
Okay.
That's what, Aaron Rodgers is not a big media guy, right? So Aaron Rodgers is pretty much told you to blow smoke up your ass. But Jordan Love, he really took him under his wing. Now, maybe in the public's eye, maybe he didn't do it. But if you listen to Aaron Rodgers now talk about Jordan Love, therefore they formed a bond for him to do it. Jordan Love didn't get that good coming out of he came out of BYU, right?
No, Utah. Utah State.
He came out of Utah. Well,
Utah State.
Well, he didn't get that good just coming out of Utah State. He sat there. He was very humble. Aaron made it seem like, oh, you just drafted this guy. No, he took him under his wing, and he showed him all the ropes. Let's be honest. Yeah. And with Kurt, think about it. Remember, this is the second time this happened to Kurt. Remember, they had drafted RG3 in Washington. Yep. And him came out in the same draft.
Yep. And he was originally supposed to be drafted away from the Washington Redskins. Correct. He was supposed to be drafted, give him a little bit of experience, and then ended up being a star there for Washington Commanders, getting them into playoffs, winning some games. Yeah. Started producing 4,000-yard games. So I think for sure, Kirk Cousins up. Michael Penix Jr. talked on it today. He said Kurt reached out to him. They talked. He said, "We'll keep it personal what we talked about," but it was a very well conversation. Can't wait to get ready to work. He even said he's down for the backup role. He's down to learn from Kirk Cousins. So, like I said, man, Falcons once again drafting a guy with a great mentality, very well mature. I believe he's 24, 25 years old. 23. Okay, so let's say, and that's another thing, man. People are talking about how old he's going to be when he hits 25 in 2 years to play football. Bo Nix just went in top 15 to the Denver Broncos. He's damn near 30. Come on, man.
You're not going to always have these 14-year, 15-year quarterbacks.
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is
you're not always going to have a Matt Ryan that's here forever. That's just a part of the game. Some people don't last that long, or just when they come out, you have to respect it.
Right.
Age doesn't always matter in certain situations. It's just
Falcons are getting pretty close. Some people
just getting their feelings a little too much about certain situations.
But this is the problem.
Oh yeah, go for it.
This is the problem. Everybody in Atlanta wants that Michael Vick thing back, right?
Yeah, I'm tired of that too. That's long gone.
Let's be honest, man. Look, that shit's been gone. Don't get me wrong. Michael Vick was fun to watch. It was cool, but guess what?
It's long gone. You're not going to see something like that ever again.
But let's be honest. We just want to win, right?
That's it, bro.
Bottom, because think about it, everybody who's talking about Michael Penix and say, well, Terry and them and such is not doing it. But guess what happens if we're hosting the Lombardi Trophy? Oh man, I was down with this such and such. Yep. No, you wasn't. Just shut up.
Shut
up.
That's exactly what they will say. Right. I was there the whole time.
Carolina's pick is in.
All right,
So
Kalen,
you know
let's
what I
pick
mean?
it. Here we
Turn it
go.
up, Philip.
Honest
Turn
about
it
it,
up,
man.
Philip.
We want to win. You know, so I don't care if you look. They turned over the whole roster,
Oh, let's see who Carolina picks right here.
and the only person who's left on the original team is who? Grady Jarrett
Yep.
and
Yeah.
Jake Matthews.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
That's it. That's the only people left on the original team.
Yep.
Well, and
I'm
you
gonna
know,
laugh because Carolina gonna select someone bad here.
I hope so.
But did y'all see that David Tepper sign when they put it out there?
Yep.
It was like, hey,
Yeah.
Let the
yeah.
coaches and then pick, not you. Here we go.
And with the 72nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Trevin Wallace, linebacker.
Wow, that was a bad selection.
Linebacker.
He got burned a lot. Boy, did
All
he ever
right,
get
Lawrence
burned.
What at cornerback. Here we go. So we're getting pretty close, guys. It's Dallas next, then
Cowgirls.
Falcons.
Cowgirls are here.
Who we around the table real quick, man? What are we thinking before this draft pick selected? Give me a position. Philip, start with you all the way around.
I could possibly see a corner here or possibly a receiver, but I'm feeling more towards the corner since that is a major depth piece right there.
Brandon?
I'm gonna ride the same way. I can see corner or wide receiver, but I'm leaning heavy towards corner right here.
Thomas, Cody, your thoughts?
go ahead, Cody.
yeah, I would say this. I think they're going to go ahead and go corner here.
Corner? Thomas.
Man, actually, I know I said DB, defensive back, but honestly, we're going linebacker.
Linebacker?
Really?
Okay, so if we're going
Pick the
linebacker.
Cowboys.
We're going. So do we have a cornerback in line? Let's see what the Cowboys grab here real quick. And then the Dirty Birds are on the clock, guys. Not much more time here left. We're going to be getting our guy.
But remember though, we're
we go.
drafting for next year though. People have to
Yeah.
understand that because we don't know what next year may bring us.
Yep.
And then also, we don't want that first. Hell, I want to be pick number 29, number 30, or 31 next year.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly, bro.
Picking at number 8 the last 3 years ain't it?
Cooper BB
Sure.
for Cowboys. So the Falcons are on the clock.
Sheesh. Here we go, boys. Here we
we
go.
go.
Who's it going to be?
Damn, my
Now,
damn
if Atlanta
team's
goes
so
wide
bad.
receiver, I'm looking at Troy Franklin, wide receiver out of Oregon. That is it.
That he is a good receiver. That is one of my top receivers on my board right now, buddy, out of Oregon.
That's who I would see Atlanta
Cornerback,
going to if they go wide
obviously.
receiver.
Your guy Tampa still on the board, Brandon.
Yep.
So there's another one we could look at. Buddy from UK or from Kentucky. What's his name? Cornerback. Forget his name. He's another one that we could look at here if we're going cornerback.
What about Cam Hart out of Notre Dame? Did he go
I believe he went early second as well.
or the second round?
They said that. I think they said almost all the Notre Dame
I
players.
could
have been
also
selected.
try to see. I could also kind of see maybe a DE. I don't know. Maybe I was just looking at the board.
Maybe an edge because if you don't take Calais Campbell, if you don't re-sign
Oh,
Calais
pick his
Campbell, you
name.
got Zach Harrison.
Pick is in for the
You
Falcons.
still got Bud Dupree.
Yeah, you got Bud Dupree that's still out
Still
there.
got Bud Dupree, right? But remember, we still got Golston, right? We don't know what he's going to do.
I'm waiting for Eddie to retire. Let me know when
No,
he
he's
retires
not.
because he will.
I don't think
I
he
feel
will
like
this
Eddie's
year. I hope
serious
he
about
don't.
this.
If he does this year, man, just go ahead and hang it
I
up.
feel Eddie's really serious about it this time. Pick is in.
All right, pick is in. Let's see.
Philip, turn it
Stop
up, man.
showing
I'm here
Jerry.
off
Here we
TV.
go.
Turn it up, Philip. Turn it
Mine's a
up.
little delayed, man. His is getting before me.
Here we
Well,
go.
whoever's got it, turn it up. I want to hear it.
In representation of the Atlanta Falcons, great shirt that I have on. With the 74th pick in the 2024
Edge.
NFL Draft,
Braylon Trace.
select Braylon Trice.
Oh, wow, you got it right. Edge.
There it is, Philip. You
There you
called
go.
it. Edge.
I like it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Got the edge.
That's a
Going
good pick,
defense
though.
for our guy, Jimmy
Braylon's
Lake. Here we
good.
go. Here we go. Here we go, man. We got our edge.
Let's go see
Have a look
some.
at the tape.
I like this pick.
Who was it?
Braylon Edge, Washington wide receiver, Washington edge pass rusher. He was more like your right end defensive end. Why did they not get a corner though? We do need a corner badly.
maybe one of these corners we signed in free agency, these vets that we brought in, maybe they're going to be competition battles there. Obviously, we have people, that'll swap in and out off practice squad all throughout the year. This
You
is
see his stats?
as from what one time for the fan said, wow, let's go. Jimmy Lake guy.
They just said 16 sacks in the last 2 seasons. So he averages 8 sacks a season so far. That's incredible. That's good numbers.
He out of Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching his
Washington.
highlights right now, man. He's got a nasty, nasty swim move, and he's quick.
Mm-hmm. He's got a bull rush.
So that means 2 things.
T-Will.
T-Will, what it do?
What's up, y'all? What's up, fellas?
Man, excited about this new pick here, and Braylon Trice from Washington just selected.
All right.
2 points I want to make. One, we didn't go with Dallas Turner, right?
Yeah.
Because we felt like what? He had a couple of flaws. I'm not going to take away from anybody, but he had a couple of flaws. And then 2 is that they must know that Calais and Bud Dupree are not going to resign them, right? Yep. So why not put somebody on a rookie deal and then see what they where we're not losing any money.
Great
18 sacks, man. 28.5, 7 sacks last year, 11.5 loss for tackle in 2023. He led the team, guys. Let's go, man. And 2022, he hit 9 career high sacks with 12 tackles for loss. That was his career high. Last 2 seasons, 7+ sacks, 11.5 tackles for loss in each of the last 2 seasons.
I got
101 tackles in career. This is college, guys. Got us a dog. T-Will, what's going on, brother? Glad you could join us here tonight. T-Will, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, happy to be with y'all talking Falcons football on a Friday, man. All right,
yes, sir. T-Will, man.
T-Will, I got to ask you, man. You look like you working for the Georgia Department of Transportation back there with all them screens, all them traffic cameras. What's up, bro? You working on this 285 project?
Nah, man. I work. Nah, man. I work for basically a cellular company.
Okay.
So
I do something with some cameras or something with some type
yeah. So I basically just do tier 2 tech support for a local company.
You look like the office management down on United Avenue. Department of Public Safety back there with all the computer screens, man.
Hey, we do what we got to do, brother. You know what I mean? We do what we got to do. But hey, man, I'm glad to be with y'all.
We haven't had the chance to talk, bro. The Michael Penix Jr. pick, man. The trade up for the Roop. All the picks we made, man. How are we feeling right now? If you had to give it a grade, what's your grade, man? Talk to me.
Man, I don't even know if I could give it a grade. You want to hear something funny, Chase?
Talk to me.
You ever propose something like on a dare, like something that you never in the history of ever would believe would happen, and then it happened like that? So the true story, right? We're on our One Time for the Fan podcast last night. We got Carrie on, and I asked Carrie, I'm like, all right, Carrie, give me some examples, some picks. Give me an example of something that happened where you would say, what are they doing, right? And then give me your most sexy pick that may not be for the team, and then give me the normal pick that you'd expect. Well, in her pick that she was thinking, okay, well, what would the Falcons be doing? She said if they took Michael Penix, if they took a quarterback, and we laughed about it. Like we laughed, like it was like, it's a joke. And then we see it happen, and I'm like, what the hell just happened?
T-Will, I got something that's going to be even fun for you, brother, because DFU, man, we talked about it here on the channel. Let's look at a guy in Drake, London. If we all remember, our last visit was with Drake, London in early April. We pulled the plug, we went to Cali, we had a private workout with him. Guess what the Atlanta Falcons did in early April? Went and talked to Michael Penix Jr. Guys, do not be surprised if these Falcons pull the plug.
Damn.
The pick that nobody's seen coming.
You did.
It's just a clue, T-Will. Just the media the last week it just seemed to rotate around Michael Penix Jr. It just seemed like they were really bought in. It seemed like they wanted to win now. And like my boy Thomas talked about, Philip said it, Cody talked about it. The thing next year with the draft picks, the tampering rule, T-Will, did this have something to this? Did this rule in on the selection for Michael Penix Jr.? Or do you think this was just a guy that they thought had the tangibles and they couldn't pass on him?
You know what, Trace? I think it's a culmination of everything that you just said. We don't know what picks we'll lose. That could be it. I do know that Raheem and both Terry said that, you know what, we don't plan on picking this high again. And we may not have a chance to get someone of this caliber. So that could have something to do with it. When you think about it, look, I mean, Kirk's 36. He's coming off of a torn Achilles. We don't know what he's going to be like, although he should be good. He should be good this year. He could be good next year. This to me it's a move for the future. And you know what? When I woke up this morning, I was better with it. And I'll tell you why. I had a chance to sleep on it. And then the other thing is it comes out later on the day that the Falcons tried to trade up and get back into the first round to get Latu. So with that line of thinking, I can understand it. I don't know that I agree with it. I don't know that I disagree with it. It doesn't matter. He's here now. And we're going to make the best of it. But my thoughts on it are, this is either going to be a great move or it's going to get somebody fired. One of the two. There's no ambiguity about it. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, somebody's going to be packing, right? And my only concern with this being Atlanta is y'all know how our fans, right? The minute Kirk has a bad game, you already know where the whispers are coming from, right? So hopefully Raheem can keep the locker room good, because the news media, they're going to do what they do. As long as we can keep our players together and keep them on the same page, we'll be all right. But those are my.
See, Will, you just touched on something though, and this is why I'm always afraid of picking a number one or a super top tier quarterback, because once something doesn't go right, guess what they want? Man, put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Put this person in. No development.
Yep. No, you're 100% right.
Hit the nail on the head right there.
It happens. You know what I mean? So just like you don't, just like, well, damn, like shit, I need some new carpet in the house. I don't say, well, I'm gonna sell the house because I gotta change the carpet. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go shop around, see what I can
Right.
find. I can go call Empire today and say they can get me installed tomorrow.
Right.
No, I may just need to get it clean.
Right. There you go.
But as fans, we gotta take a moment. And I'm not saying you guys, but we just got to take a moment and just step back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Step back and look at the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Do we go in? Because, case in point, look at Justin Fields. When Matt Nagy was there, they was losing so bad, it's like, what the hell? Just put him in there.
Right.
And that wasn't good for Justin.
Right.
It was not good for him at all. They
Right.
gave him the keys to the Cadillac and he wrecked it.
Right. Because he wasn't ready.
He
Right.
had his learner's permit.
Yeah.
So you got to come back. You got to step back.
Yeah.
And say, all right, well, cool. Do we really put him in, or we already going down? Because my thing is, what if he gets hurt, right? Or what if he just put some bad stuff on tape? That people are going to have that, so that's going to hurt him, and they want to move on from him.
Yeah.
Let's fans got to step back for a second and let the people at the powers above us, right, make those decisions. And you're right. You said it too. They're making plans for 2026, 2027. Yep. Because again, we said it from the onset. We may not have no picks next year.
Yep.
But what quarterbacks do you want? Your boy Beck, or you got Shadur Sanders?
Right.
Sanders, you're gonna be dealing with the Dion effect. So they're gonna shadow the team.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Shout out real quick, man. Shout out to the Check Down, up and coming podcaster here, an Atlanta Falcon podcaster, the Check Down. If you haven't already, man, head over to the Check Down on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button for my brother. Hit that like. The Check Down will be a special guest on Dirty Fanatics United sooner or later. Was going to have him on tonight, but this show is getting ready to wrap up. Being the Falcons have no other picks tonight. Maybe trade back in if they do. DFU will be live with it on Facebook. We'll talk about it. T. Will, Thomas, Brandon, Thank you guys for coming on tonight.
No,
Will,
thank you for having us. I
sorry
appreciate
I
it.
had to invite you towards the end of the show, man. I know it's been a wild, crazy draft night for you. You went live at one time for the fan. Y'all live all night. So obviously a long podcast for you, T. Will, doing big things over for the Falcon community, Falcon fans. Thomas, another diehard Falcon fan, Rise Up Tour, doing big things for Falcon fans as well. T. Will, Thomas, let these people know where they can find you at, man, for y'all get us out of here.
Thomas, you go ahead and go first, brother.
Hey man, first of all, I can't let this day. I know Chase. I be having a lot of messages, but I meant to send you one. But happy birthday to you, brother.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, that's
happy
right.
Birthday, see, money. I know it was like 3 days ago. I'm late, man. So
That's
when I
all
see
good,
you,
bro.
man, you know what I'm saying, round the shots on me and the Corona.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Philip, I don't know if you can drink, but if you can get in on this too.
I can, I just don't choose to.
But if he's not, I'm not condoning underage drinking.
We'll
All
eat him for lunch.
I can, but I just don't choose to.
Okay, all right. Well, we get you the sunny water, but you can find me over at the Rise Up Tour, man. So look, we got some great things going over the Rise Up Tour. So we went under. We did a little image change. It's still the Rise Up Tour, but we added fan club to the end of our name because we're getting bigger, right? We're going to a bigger, and also we're getting global, right? So we're starting to get fans from all over the world. So you know what I mean. So we just expanded the Rise Up Tour to make it the fan club, and the fan club is, man, we're gonna welcome everybody. We're gonna do our things. I can't release too much because I'm on. But what I can tell you is, man, we got a brand new website. But don't get it twisted. The tour is still the tour. Just because we added fan club don't mean it ain't shit changed, only but the name. Hey, so just remember that. But also you can find us at the Rise Up Tour fan club. All the handles are the same: Facebook, Instagram, Snap, whatever. And Chase, like I said, once you get to your what you said, 350 or is it 300?
And I think it was 4. You told me it's 4. We're at 355 right now.
All right. So once you get to it, you know, I'll let you raffle 3 memberships off.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it, man. It's nothing but family over here. And man, I appreciate you, you know, the invite. And that's where you can find it. Shout out to my boy Jack Spade, aka One Time for the Fan, aka Mr. 411. Mr. AKA Mr. White Pages, because he knows everybody.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's true. Yes, he does.
But yeah, man. Hey, man, shout out to my boy Jack Spade, man. We've been rocking for a while, man. In the quick backstory, I met Jack. He was trying to sell a ticket for the Browns game, and we've been rocking since, man. So we going on 7 years now, 7 years strong, and we just been doing it, man. We doing it for the fans because we like podcasts like this, man. We like seeing people like this, man. So it's all about family with us. So, you know, if you haven't hung out with us, come hang out with us, man. We got a lot in store, man. But hey, you got to stay tuned for it.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Thomas. Y'all check him out at the Rise Up Tour. T. Will, letting people know where to find you at, dog.
Yes, sir. You can find me at One Time for the Fan. Hey, man, love it. And Thomas, good to see you, man. I don't think I've ever seen you, so it's good to meet you. It's really, because I hear about you from Jack all the time. He speaks very highly of you, so it's good to finally meet you. Keeler, Brandon, hey, man, good to see y'all. I think I was on here for the last one, so it's good to see y'all.
Yes, sir.
My boy Philip. Now, let me tell y'all about Philip. Hey, let me tell y'all about Philip, man. I love Philip. Philip reminds me of my brother, Eric Parker. Y'all may know him, and I'm gonna tell you why. My brother and I, every year before the Falcons season, we go over the schedule, right? And we're always like, okay, I'm always the one I'm the practical one. I'm like, okay, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win this, we're gonna lose this. My brother's like, hell no, we're going 17-0, right? And so where he reminds me of Philip, I watched a couple of shows, and every time y'all talk about win and loss, Philip is always talking about putting a foot in somebody's ass 35-10, right?
Right.
So I love it. So Philip, I just want you to know, even though I probably deal with Chase more, Philip, you're my favorite, man. I just want you to know that I want to give you the new name of 35-10. That's your new name. It ain't Philip anymore. It's 35-10. So, yeah.
Moving up, man. ain't moving up. Look.
30. Hey,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call you 3-5 for short, man. And you know what it is. So yeah.
3-5, yes, sir.
Hey,
3-5
3-5 for short. Hey,
Glad to
Chase,
have you
Get
here
3-5
tonight,
jersey now.
there you go. But hey, Chase, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. As always, I appreciate it. Glad to be here, man. And hey, man, anytime you want me to join, man, you know, all you gotta do is say the word. So thank y'all for having me.
Always.
And hey, man, I'm gonna defer to you, Chase. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. Brandon, let the people know where to find you at on your podcast over on the Sports Nuts. And Philip, Cody, give me your shout outs and we'll get up out of here.
So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at the Sports Nuts. That's sports with a Z, nuts with a Z. We just dropped our first episode last week. We're dropping another one this Sunday. We cover a wide variety of sports. Please check us out. I am located in South Carolina, but my other friends, Atlanta, South Carolina, and Mississippi. So please check us out, guys.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Brandon, T, Will, and Thomas here in the chat. Cody, Philip, give me your shout outs for tonight, brother.
I'll let you go ahead, Cody.
All right, well, shout out to you guys for being on, man. I'll say it's always good to talk Falcon football. It's good to do it back-to-back days, man. I'll say I live for days like today. You know, so shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody watching on the podcast, man. Keep liking, subscribing. We're pushing, like Chase says, we're pushing for 1,000. You know, I can't wait for the season. Looking forward to seeing what these guys could do, man. I'm still ready for ready for my 31st game. It's just a small taste of, you know, what we're going to get in September. So I'm excited, but, you know, shout out to everybody, you know, shout out to Chase and Philip. You know, this has been a blast, man. I'll say this is something that I've, you know, needed to just have people to talk Falcon football, man. There's just nothing better, man. It's like a drug, straight up drug, man. I could do this every day. But, you know, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on. It's been a blast. I would say 2 hours, you know, I wasn't here for the full 2 hours, but, you know, the time I was here, man, flew by again, like it always does. But
I enjoy working with you guys, man.
Yes, sir. I would say, but like always, rise up, guys.
Yes, sir.
Shout outs for the night, brother.
Rise
As
up.
always, to my main man upstairs, or Jesus Christ, man, our Lord and Savior. Without this, man, there's nothing, you know what I mean? So I'm thankful for this opportunity. Thankful to be here with everybody, you know what I mean? Just to be able to sit there and speak about what we love, you know, the passion for it, man. You know, whether we agree with some things, you know, shout out to the team, man. I'm going to support them either way. It doesn't matter if I agree, disagree. I'm going to just sit there, I'm going to respect it, and I'm going to ride them out, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's being drafted. You know, that's a big moment in your life, man. So shout out to everybody. It's a dream come true. You know, as always, man, rise up, man. I'm ready to get this season started,
Hey,
man.
Philip.
That's Trey 5, man. That's Trey 5.
That's right. Trey 5. Hey, what's the score gonna be week 1, man?
35-10.
Goddamn right. There you go.
That's it, baby.
Hey, man.
You
Much love to each and everybody here in the live, man. Appreciate you, T. Will, Thomas, Brandon, Philip, Cody. Thank you guys for coming through tonight talking Falcon football. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Dirty Fanatics United on the way to 1K. It's your boy Chase, Philip, and Cody. Dirty Fanatics United is out. Rise up, baby.
Rise up.